Impressive Ruimsig Country Club welcomed players for the first of 5 co-hosted Blue Label Invitational tournaments and the second event of the season on the Sunshine Tours feeder circuit.
I think it's very important for the golf course to host these type of events to get our name out there and showcase our exceptional course. It's Gary Player design. It's a nice open layout. All the par 5s are challenging. We've got four lengthy par 3s, which are also a good challenge. And par 4s, a number of tricky ones. So all in all, it's a tough challenge, even for the professionals.
With the collaboration of the Betway Big Easy Tour and the Bushveld Tour, more playing opportunities are being provided to members on both circuits in a bid to further strengthen professional golf in South Africa.
It's an opportunity for our Blue Label Bushveld Tour players. Our top 44 non-exempt players are playing this week. And then it's another event added to the Betway Big Easy Tour schedule. So they have their 15 events now and 2 playoff events. So more playing opportunities, more prize money. So yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's so nice to play a decent schedule and have more events to play in and give ourselves an opportunity to build up some consistency and gain some confidence, really.
At this stage, we're having tournaments each week, so it helps a lot to just keep the momentum and having that competitive environment here.
Every week we out here, and it's just a strong field. You gotta really play a good 2 solid rounds of golf to make the cut, and yeah, it's just good competition out here, and makes you better. We've got such a great hierarchy in this country with golf. We have Golf RSA, which is a phenomenal platform. Then there's us, and then there's the Big Easy Tour, and then Sunshine Tour. And yeah, I think if you follow that sequence and you excel, I think you'll end up playing some great golf at the end on the Sunshine Tour.
A strong Betway Big Easy Tour contingent, along with the leading 44 players on the Bushveld Tour's Order of Merit, pegs it up in the West. England's Harry Koenig made a strong start to this 3-round tournament with a 4 par 68 on a layout that plays tougher than it looks and requires a lot of patience.
Yeah, got off to a good start. Birdied 4 of my last 5 holes to put me just 1 shot off the lead after round 1. So all we can really ask for, to be honest, is to get yourself in position for the last 2 days.
Koenig and Matthew Bennett trailed Obi's Liam Ross by a solitary stroke after the first round, while there was a 4-way tie for 4th. After beginning the week at Ruimsig with an opening 74, Kyle Christian Sammy fired the lowest score of the week in the second round, a resounding 66 that took him into a share of 3rd position with Daniel Cronje on 4 under.
Just felt good, trusted my stroke, and the putts were dropping. So yeah, it was all in all, it was a solid round, and it's put me in contention today, so we'll see what happens.
Lyle Pedro, who we profiled last season on the Big Easy Tour, was a calm figure throughout a round in which he made only 1 bogey. The SA Golf Development Board graduate, who is in his 3rd season, backed up an opening 69 with a 68.
I had a goal in the beginning of the week to get to -12, so yesterday I was just trying to get to 8 under, got to 7, but yeah, was wonderful out there yesterday. Was hitting the ball also excellent, a lot more green, so gave myself a lot of opportunities, yeah.
Harry Koenig's second round of 70 left him within touching distance of Pedro's lead, while 14 players representing the Bushveld Tour made the cut at +1, while first-round leader Liam Ross missed by 1 after a disappointing 79. During the latest stop on tour, we caught up with Jaden Deltell, the runner-up in the season opener at Dainfern. Born and raised on the island of Mahi in Seychelles, Deltell is making positive strides in golf after his parents made the sacrifice to relocate to South Africa and support their son's dream.
Yeah, I'm Jaden Deltell. I'm a golf-obsessed human being, like all of us. I got into it when I was 10 on an island in Seychelles, and it was Tiger Woods, watching him on TV, that kind of got me going, like a lot of us, and I never looked back since.
Tell us a bit about your amateur exploits.
It was great. I mean, I explored a lot with Golf RSA. I was in the national squad there. So thanks to them, I was able to go on multiple international trips and get all those experiences. So I think it was really valuable.
Those experiences obviously helped you to make a bright start as a professional. Tell us about the early stages as a professional.
It's been great. It's different. It's a higher level of golf, but I think for someone like me, it just sharpens my focus and pushes me to get even better.
Jay, when you set out your goals, what are some of them that can you tell us about, as the year unfolds?
Well, I want to get my Sunshine Tour card through the Big Easy Tour. So that's my main goal, main focus, and that's what I'm pushing for.
Deltell is taking the game one stroke at a time in pursuit of greatness, and his consistency is sure to be rewarded with higher honours. He finished in a share of 13th at 1 under. Session Golf Club professional Lyle Pedro brought a one-stroke lead into the final round, and he didn't waste too much time before getting down to business. Hayden Porteous, meanwhile, continues to trend in the right direction as he aims to be one of the 12 players on the Betway Big Easy Tour's Order of Merit to be rewarded with playing privileges on the Sunshine Tour for the following campaign. Porteous tied for 7th at 3 under with Makofle Golf Club's Johan Teron and Bloemfontein Golf Club's Terion Nel, who signed off their weeks at Ruimsig Country Club with respective level par 72s. Powerful lefty Jacques van der Merwe grabbed sole possession of 6th place at 4 under with a closing 71. Dainfern's Harry Koenig had to settle for a share of 3rd at 6 under, along with Benoni Lake Golf Club's Brandon Peters, and Orlando, Florida's Austin Cherrychella, who is another international player to look out for as the season unfolds. Pedro, playing in the final group, was 5 shots clear after 15 holes and looked set to become the 3rd member of the Papua Segurum class to win a professional title in 2025, following Dylan Naidu's historic Investec South African Open triumph and Slender Sitebe's win at the Vusi Ngobeni tournament. But ahead of him, the fast-finishing Daniel Cronje set the clubhouse lead at 9 under par with a brilliant inward half of 31 that featured a closing 5 straight red numbers in a round of 67. And with Pedro feeling the University of Texas Arlington graduates' presence on the leaderboard, our overnight leader from the Northern Cape bogeyed 2 of his last 3 holes to fall back into a share of the lead. And for the second straight week on the Sunshine Tour's feeder circuit, a playoff determined the outcome. But after a wayward tee shot at the par 5 18th hole, London-born Cronje, who resides in Paarl, opened the door for Pedro at the first extra hole. And the talented youngster went on to capture the first Blue Label Invitational title.
Yeah, I know it was a good day. I was really solid. Had tried to play bogey-free because that was my goal. And then unfortunately, hole 16 made a bogey. But throughout the run, I was just very solid. Tried to make as many birdies as I can and limit the mistakes. So like on the last hole in the playoff, I was just trying to make a birdie. And if it was good enough to win, then by all means.
Pedro, another example of the great work being done to strengthen golf in all areas in the country, showed superb mental strength to seal a maiden triumph as a professional.
I think after missing my Sunshine Tour card at Vusi, I think it just gives myself that reassurance that I can win and I do belong, I'm in the right place.
By winning the co-hosted second event of the season on the Betway Big Easy Tour, Pedro soared to the summit of the Order of Merit standings as well. From myself, Andrew Hope, and the Highlights team, congratulations to Lyle Pedro, who prowled with purpose and pounced when it mattered to reign at Ruimsig.